Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello students, I hope you all are having a great day. So in today's lecture we are going to learn about integers. In our grade 6 we have already discussed what are integers. Let us just recapitulate them. What were natural numbers? Natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. The counting numbers start from 1, then 2, then we have 3, 4 and up to so on. The last one, which is unpredictable, we do not know what that number will be, we name it as infinity, and this is the symbol of infinity. Now in this natural number, if you see in this basket or in the box, we have all the positive numbers, that means the natural numbers, right? In this, if we include 0, if I put the number 0 also in this box, then this will represent the set of whole numbers. So these are whole numbers. And with the whole numbers, that means with the positive numbers and the 0, we include the negative numbers, as you can see. Here we have negatives, here we have 0, here we have the positive numbers as well. So all the negative numbers along with positive numbers and 0. This is the set of integers. So basically the whole numbers are denoted by capital W. I'll just mention here whole numbers. And the natural numbers are represented by capital N, and Z represents, or the capital Z or capital Z represents the set of integers. Right? Now, integers means the negative numbers 0 and positive numbers. This collection of numbers forms the set of integers. So this we have already done in our grade 6. Now, just focus on this number line. Here, some of the numbers are circled. This is your number line where we have 0 here and negative numbers towards the left, if you see, and positive numbers towards the right. Right side, this is left side of 0. Now, here we have the negative numbers. So, whatever the numbers are marked, the numbers marked are -5, -1 and 3. Now, what will be the ascending order of these numbers? Can we write them in ascending orders? So, before writing into ascending order, let me put up one question for you. -5 and I write -3. Which number is greater out of the two? Just see, from 0 you go to 3 steps towards your left side, then you get to -3, and when you 5 steps towards left, then you get -5. As you can see, this is 5, this is 3. Which one is greater? The number which is on the right side, that means 5 is greater, and the number which is on the left side to that particular number, that means to 5, 3 is on the left, so 3 is smaller. Same way, if I see -5 and -3, -5 is on the left of -3. So which one is smaller? -5 is smaller than -3. As we move towards left, the numbers becomes smaller. So here -3 is the greater out of -5 and -3. So greater symbol will be like this, towards -3. So now if I have to arrange them, -5, -1 and 3 in the ascending order, what do we do in ascending order? We write the smallest number first. So here -5 is smallest, then -1 and then +3. We can also write it as -5. What is the symbol that I should put between -5 and -1? As we know, -5 is smaller than -1. I'll put up a same. I I'll put up a symbol like this. Then minus 1 is smaller than 3 because minus 1 is on the left of 3. Correct? So this is the ascending order we have written. Now, just focus on this number line. What about this number line? We have the numbers, some of the numbers are representing like minus 16 is there, minus 9 is there, minus 4 is there, then 0 is there, 3 is there, 8 is there, 14 is there. So, what you have to do, you have to tell me that the dots, wherever the dots are placed, see these dots, you have to tell these numbers. Just think about what are these numbers, the dots, okay, which I am making as of red color. Just see here. Okay. So let's just go to the positive side first. If you see here, it is 0. Okay. Then here it is. Again, this is one marking if you see. Yeah. And here again we have the same difference. Same distance we have like this between the markers. Okay. So if this is 0, this is 1. This again the second marker is 2. And then dot is 3, then this mark is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and the last one is 14. Let's do the same thing on the left side. It is 0, then it will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 is already marked, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9 is already marked. Then this will be minus 10, minus 11, minus 12, minus 13 and minus 14 and this one is minus 15. So these are all the numbers. So you just had to tell the numbers which are at or below these dots. Okay, the position of dots you have to tell, that means the number you have to tell. So we have already done it. Let's move ahead. Here they're asking you that a number line representing integers is given below. As we can see, there is a number line given to us and the markers are named as A, B, C, D up to O. Now, two of them are already given. E is marked as minus 3 and F is marked as minus 2. As you can see, it is written here. E and F are marked as minus 3 and minus 2 respectively. They're asking which integers are marked by B. Okay, so I'll just make them of red color, whichever we have to calculate. We have to tell of B, D, H, J, M and O. We have to tell these values. Let's just figure out. Okay, if this is minus 2, minus 3, what would be this number? Think about it. It will be minus 4. Very good. Then this is minus 5. This will be minus 6. Similarly, going towards the right side, this is minus 2. Then this will be minus 1. Then this will be 0. So H is representing 0. Then I will be 1. J will be 2. K will be 3. L will be 4. M will be 5. Then N is 6 and O is 7. That's it you need to do. This much is to be done in this question. The second question, if you see carefully, what have they given? The numbers 7, minus 5, 4, 0 and minus 4. We have to arrange them in ascending order and then we have to mark them on a number line. Okay, let's do that. So, the number which is more negative, right? The more we go to the left side, the negative numbers becomes smaller. So the smaller number here is minus 5. After that it is minus 4. Then we come to 0. And then after 0 we will get to 4 and then we will get to 7. 7 is the greatest number out of these and minus 5 is the smallest number. So we have written them in ascending order now. Okay, let's do it on a number line. So if I go a number line, let's just make it a bit proper. Okay, suppose this is our number line and this point is 0 and 4 will be here somewhere and 7 will be here somewhere. Okay, then minus 4 and minus 5. So if we see on the number line also, if you do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7 and 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 like this, then also we will observe that minus 5 is on the leftmost side, which shows this is the smallest one, and 7 is on the rightmost side, which shows 7 is the greatest one. So yes, we have marked them on the number line to check up your answer, and we have done it correctly. Let's move ahead. Okay, so these are some of the points that you should always keep in mind while doing the integers. Okay, on a number line, when we add a positive integer, we move to the right. Okay, let's take a number line. It is 0 here. This side will have positives and this side will have negatives. Okay, so what are they saying? Add a positive integer, we move to the right. Okay, suppose here it is minus 1, here it is minus 2, it is 1 and it is 2, it is 3, here it is minus 3. So we'll just take some numbers and we'll figure out whether whatever is written is right or not. So to add a positive integer, we move to the right. Let's check it on the positive numbers first. If I have to add a positive number, like this 1 is there, in this if I have to add 1, okay, what will I get? 2. In this you add 1, positive 1 if you are adding, in 1 you add 2. So you get 3 as the answer, which is here. You go 2 steps like this. Okay, to add to go 2 steps to the right. So we are moving towards the right. This is the case of positives. With 0 also, if you add 1, you will be moving towards the right side. Now with the negative numbers, in minus 2, okay, what I have to do? Add a positive integer. In this, if I add 1 is a positive integer. If I am adding, what I get? Minus 1. So you see, we were here and now we are here at minus 1. So what we are doing? Add a positive number, whatever integer it is, positive, negative or 0, we always have to move towards right. Yeah, clear? Next one. The second point says, add a negative integer, we move to the left. Obviously, just see, let's consider this 3. In 3, if I add minus 1, which is a negative integer, what will I get, students? Plus minus will become minus and 3 minus 1 is 2. So from 3 you will go. What we are doing? We are going towards the left side now. Right? So we are going towards the left side. Okay. This will be true for the negatives also. Let's try for the negative. Suppose in minus 1, I am adding minus 1. Okay. And let's take minus 2 to make a difference. If I add minus 2, that means in the integer, I am adding a negative integer. So what will I get? Minus 1, minus 2, because plus minus is minus. So minus 1 and minus 2 is minus 3. So see, from minus 1, we have reached to minus 3. So what is happening actually? We are moving towards the left. Right? To subtract the positive integer, the third point says subtract the positive integer, we move to the left. If I have any number and I am going to subtract a positive integer from it, right? So I am subtracting plus 2 from it. It can be written like this as well. So 3 minus 2 is 1. From 3, we are reaching to 1 when I am subtracting a positive integer. That means plus 2 if I am subtracting from 3, what I get? 1. So what is basically happening? Towards the left we are moving. And the last point is again very easy. Subtract a negative integer, we move to the right. So this you can figure out on a number line, which is quite easy. Okay, so we'll do these questions and come to know how much we have learned. So you have to state whether the following statements are correct or incorrect. You have to correct the ones which are wrong. So we will figure out whether the statement is correct or incorrect, and then we will tell which one is wrong. We have to correct that also. Okay, the first one. When two positive integers are added, we get a positive integer. Is it true? Suppose I take 3 and I take 2. If you add them, you get 5. Adding any two positive integers will give us a positive integer for sure. So this is a correct statement. Okay, shall we go to the next one? Yes. When two negative integers are added, we get a positive integer. Okay, let us try to add any two negative integers. So I will take -3 and -2. These are two and I am adding them. Okay, so I will get -3 -2 and that becomes -5. So here what is written? Positive integer. What we will get? Positive integer. But we are getting -5. We are getting a negative integer. So this is a incorrect statement. So if we have two negative integers and we are adding, we'll always get a negative integer as the answer. The next one, when a positive integer and a negative integer are added. Let us take one. If I take +5 and I take -3. So what we will get? 5 - 3, 2. What we are getting? 2, which is a positive. See what they said? A positive integer and a negative integer. So I have taken one positive integer and one negative integer. So if we are taking this and adding it, it is saying we always get a negative integer. But in this case, I got a positive one. There will be cases where you will get negative, but not always negative. Suppose I have the number as, so what we have to take? A positive and a negative integer. If I take this as the negative one, okay, and I am adding 3 into it, 3 I have made it positive. So -3 + 5 will give me -2. So yes, I am getting the negative answer also and I am getting the positive answer also. So it is not always the case that we will get a negative integer as the answer. So it is incorrect. So what should be the change? Here it should be written, we may or may not get. Or we can write, we will get a positive or a negative of the integers. That will make this statement correct. The fourth part, additive inverse of an integer 8 is -8 and additive inverse of -8 is 8. Yes, this is quite true. What is additive inverse? We just take negative of that number. We just change the sign of that number. So if it is 8, then if it is 8, the additive inverse will be -8, correctly said. And if it is -8, then its additive inverse will be 8. Just see, in -8, you add 8, we get 0. So this is the additive inverse, correctly written. So this is a correct statement. The fifth part is, for subtraction, we add the additive inverse of the integer that is being subtracted to the other integers. Yes, we do. If I have to subtract 3 from 5, so for subtraction, what do? We add the additive inverse of the integer that is being subtracted. So, can I do it like this? If I have to subtract, so I have added the additive inverse of 3, which is -3. So this is a correct statement. What we have done, if I have to subtract 3 from 5, I have to subtract 3 from 5, I can just add -3 into it. So these both are going to give me the same answer. So basically this is what we are doing in the subtraction. We add the additive inverse of that particular number which is going to be subtracted. Okay, let's focus on the sixth part now. In the sixth part, we have -10 plus 3 is equal to 10 minus 3. Should they both be equal? -10 plus 3. Students, look here. -10 plus 3. 10 and 3 plus and minus, we are going to subtract. So, answer would be 7 of subtraction. Sign will be of the greater number, which is -10. So, 10 is the greater number. The sign in front of it is minus. So, -7 is the answer. But when I do 10 minus 3, what will I get? 7. So, is this correct? No, this is an incorrect statement. 7 and -7 are not equal. So, instead of this equal to sign, we should have not equal to sign and then this statement will be correct. The last one is 8 plus -7 minus of -4 is equal to 8 plus 7 minus 4. Let's try out. 8 plus minus is minus 7 and minus minus is plus. So you see here 8 minus 7, here it is 8 plus 7, it is plus 4, it is minus 4. So they are not equal. So the statement is incorrect. To correct this statement, in place of this equal to sign, we should write not equal to. Let us try these patterns. So we have already discussed, patterns in our previous classes. So here are some number patterns given, and if you understand, you have to complete them. Okay. So let us see here, 7 and 3. What is the difference? What you are doing? You are subtracting 4 from 7. So if you are subtracting 4 from 7, you get 3. Now from 3, you are getting minus 1. Let's try to subtract 4 again. Are we going to get minus 1? Yes, we will get minus 1. Now from minus 1, if again we subtract 4, will we get minus 5? Definitely we will get minus 5. So the pattern is what? There is nothing much happening. What is only happening? That from the number, whatever we get, in that we are subtracting 4. Whatever answer we get, then again we are subtracting 4 from it. So let's see here. Now we got minus 5. I will subtract 4 from it. So we will get minus 9. So here what will be there? Minus 9. Then from minus 9 we will subtract 4. This is the first part that we are doing. Minus 9 and minus 4 will become minus 13. Then minus 13 minus 4, that gives you minus 17. Minus and minus is plus, or minus and minus operation would be of addition, sign will be of minus, because negative we add the numbers but the sign remains of minus, because see, so this is minus 13 and I have to subtract 4. So I'll go to left side in subtraction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You see this will be minus 14, minus 15, minus 16 and minus 17. So we'll reach to minus 17. So we have to take the sign of negative. Now, so minus 17 and our pattern is completed. So this only has to be done in all of them. So in the B part also you can see minus 2 is there and then you are getting minus 4. So if we see here in the B part, minus 2, you do subtract minus 2 from here. What do we get? Minus 4. From minus 4 again we subtract 2, we get minus 6. And from minus 6 again you subtract 2, minus 8. So similarly you will get minus 10, minus 12 and minus 14. And the pattern will get completed. So this is how you figure out. Like you should see what is added, what is subtracted from the pattern every time. Okay. Now as you can observe, this is a very easy pattern. The C part, 15 to 10, 5 are subtracted. Then 10 to 5 again 5 are less. 5 to 0 again 5 are less. From 0 to 5 if you go to the left side, because we are decreasing the numbers, will reach to minus 5, minus 10 and minus 15, because 5 gap we are taking. The last one, minus 11, minus 3, if we talk of the D part. Minus 11 and you are getting minus 8 as the answer. Yeah, negative answer we are getting. So what we have done actually? What is the number we have added or subtracted? See, if I subtract minus 11, if I subtract some negative number, like I subtract minus 2 or minus 3, so it is going to go in more negative, right? If minus 11, minus 1 I do, that is going to be minus 12, but here the numbers are decreasing. Okay, so what if I add 3 to it? If I add 3, minus and plus will be, the operation will be of minus, but the sign will be of the greater number. The greater number here is 11, so the sign is of minus. And if you subtract from 11, 3, then 11, 10 and 9, you subtract 3, what are you going to get? Minus 8. Then from minus 8 students, you again add 3. So every time what we are doing? We are adding 3. So you will get minus 5. Okay. And minus 5 again we add 3. We get minus 2. In minus 2 we add 3. What we will get? Just think about it. So if this is my number line, this is minus 2 and I have to add 3 to it. So what will I get? Okay, let me suppose that minus 2 is here, then minus 1, then 0, then 1 and this will be 2. So minus 2 plus 3. I have to go 3 steps. I have to add 3 to it. So if I do 1, 2, 3, where will I reach? At 1. Right? So it will be 1. Then you add again 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. And in 4 you again add 3. That gives you 7. So what is basically happening in this pattern? We are adding 3 in each number, whatever the answer we get. Right? You can also form some numbers, make the difference between them, or like 3 or minus 3, whatever you want, and you can, ask your friends to complete. So you can just play a game of this. It's really interesting.
So that's all for this lecture. Thank you.